Hello everyone, this is Pastor Robert Thibodeau. We are here today with one purpose in mind really, and that's to teach you how to give a great testimony about your miracle. It could be healing, it could be finances, it could be about a saved loved one. Doesn't matter. It's still a miracle. If you prayed for and received a miracle, you want to be able to share that. And that's what we're here to do. You see, for over 22 years in ministry now, I have seen many testimonies, seen and heard, listened to, sitting in church, read from emails that I receive. Some of them are really good. Some are so-so. Some are really bad. What makes the good ones different from the bad ones? Well, usually it's someone who just either doesn't give enough information or they give too much information. TMI, you heard of that? Well, what we're going to do in these series of videos is teach you how to give a great testimony. One that will communicate with your audience, again, whether written form, on the radio, or on TV, or in front of a church. One will communicate to your audience that God does answer prayers. That He gave you your miracle, and He'll give it to them as well. Not because you're some super saint, not because you've been in the ministry for 20 plus years, not because you've been saved for all those years and you pray 10 hours a day or whatever it might be, but because God answers prayer when it's offered in faith. And that's what it's designed to do. We're going to teach you how to give that great testimony in just 3 to 5 minutes. That's a perfect testimony. You know, have you ever wondered why some pastors don't ever ask that many people come up to give testimonies? One, they don't trust them. By trust, I mean not in that a miracle has not taken place, but they're leery about giving the microphone to someone that they don't know would be able to communicate effectively what God did in a short amount of time. There's only so much time in a church service. I've seen some people get up and give a testimony along the lines of, a friend of mine had cancer, I prayed for him and he got healed. That was it. Not enough information. Yes, everybody applauds, yay, they got their miracle. And then you get somebody that stands up with the same type of testimony and they'll talk for 12, 15 minutes until finally the pastor says, oh, we need to move on. That's because they're giving too much information. They're giving information like, well, he got cancer now. You know, he always lived a rough life. He always did this, that, and the other thing. And he never went to church. They don't need to know all that. They just need to know facts. And that's going to be in video too. Today, what I want you to see is how to give a great introduction. And that introduction deals with just a couple of spots. One, who you are and what you did. Who you are, where you come from, and what you did. Those three things, those three elements need to be in your introduction. Who you are, where you came from, and what you did. And if you go back and look at the introduction I gave you at the beginning of this video, I covered all three of those aspects. I'm Pastor Robert Thibodeau. I've been in the ministry for 22 plus years. I've seen many different testimonies. Some good, some not so good, and some really bad. That was the introduction that told you what I was going to talk about in this video. See how simple it was? I put it in there and you probably didn't even pick up on it, but now that I said that, you realize that's exactly what happened. That's your homework assignment. That's right, I know you have homework. What I want you to do now, after you listen to the rest of this video, is your homework assignment is to write out, yes, write out your introduction to your miracle testimony. You don't have to go into a lot of detail. You just have to write down who you are, where you came from, and what happened. And by what happened, I don't mean going into all the details of the miracle or of your prayer or of the situation. All you have to do is say something along the lines of, my name is Robert Thibodeau. I've been saved now for 25, 30 years, whatever the case may be. And I had an occasion to pray for someone who was on their deathbed with cancer. That's all you did. Those three things right there covered all those elements we just talked about. What you need to do is handwrite it on. Now, if it's half a page, if you're actually handwriting it by hand on a sheet of paper with an ink pen or pencil, no more than half a page. If you're going to type it out on the computer, no more than 8 to 10 lines of typed material. When you get it done, what you need to do is time yourself. Read it back in a normal flow. Don't read it back, my name is Robert Thibodeau, and I've been... No, you don't do that. Read it in a normal conversational tone like we're talking right now. And you need to complete it in less than 1 minute. Not 1 minute and 10 seconds. Not 1 minute and 30 seconds. Less than 1 minute. That means 59 seconds or less. Okay? Can you do that? And when you do that, go to our blog information. The information for you is at the bottom of the screen. Go to our blog. Put it on our blog. Let me know what you're doing. Contact us. I am not a great grammar scholar or an English major in college or anything like that. But I know how to read a good introduction. And there are people who are in our little group who are grammar majors, who are English majors, who know how to frame different things. And if you have a question, that's the place to put it, on our blog site. Because at our blog site, with everybody reading your introduction, you'll get comments on it. You might be able to make this better by using this word instead of that word and things like that. So go to our blog site. Again, the information is at the bottom of the screen. Log on. Tell us your introduction. Now, I know some people may be uncomfortable in giving some information. So if you want to use a fake name, that's okay. If your name's really John Smith and you want to go by John Doe, that's okay. This is your introduction. We're not using this for anything else except helping you to get better and giving your testimony. All right? So, and as you go to the blog site, read other people's introductions. That might give you some information on how to fine-tune yours as well. And then the second video is going to be good because we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of the actual testimony. This is going to be what actually took place, the circumstances surrounding your miracle, what you prayed, how you prayed, and what happened. So be looking for the second video in your email. It's coming soon. Till then, be blessed.